As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Iwasawa finds a canteen full of water. Lucina runs away from the cornucopia. Mammoth Happy finds a bag full of explosives. Yor runs away from the cornucopia. Genocide Jack runs away from the cornucopia. Abigail snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Calamitous and Nakanaka fight for a bag. Nakanaka gives up and retreats. Plantera scares Undyne away from the cornucopia. Shinobu runs away from the cornucopia. Siri and Mikasa fight Sloane and Red Blood Cell. Sloane and Red Blood Cell survive.
Sloane from Destiny? If so, I'm gonna skin you alive.
No, from
No,
Titanfall.
it's from Titanfall.
Okay.
Yuyuko clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Bloodhound runs away from the cornucopia. Mahiru runs away from the cornucopia. The Machinist runs away from the
Mahiru on
cornucopia.
there?
Yeah, I removed Yumahara. Cause fuck her.
Who's Yumahara?
Exactly.
Is she
Anyways.
from Psyche K?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, Sea Emperor Leviathan runs away from the cornucopia. Peril runs away from the cornucopia. Mujika runs away from the cornucopia. Shield Knight runs away from the cornucopia. Chiaki. Okay, everyone runs away from the cornucopia except Torque, who finds a canteen of water.
Good job, Torque.
Lydia takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Mistral rips a mace out of Vittori's hands. Leafeon retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia, and everyone else runs away.
Cowards, all of
Scared
them.
of that.
Scared of afros.
Chiaki steals from Lydia while she isn't looking. Torque and Eliana fight Leafeon and Haxorus. Leafeon and Haxorus survive.
The Pokemon.
So the two snake women fight the Pokemon and die.
Yep.
Mammoth Happy, Kaguya, Yor, Code Black, White Blood Cell, and Nakanaka hunt for other tributes. Sea Emperor Leviathan receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Shield Knight scares Mistral off. Yuyuko receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Yuyuko's just gonna be the medic. She already has a medic bag, and now she has medical supplies.
Yeah.
Mujika begs for Abigail to kill her. She refuses, keeping Mujika alive. Undyne collects fruit from a tree. Genocide Jack camouflages herself in the bushes. Red Blood Cell collects fruit from a tree. Shinobu stalks Calamitous. Lucina hunts for other tributes. Peril and Taki split up to search for resources. Iwasawa makes a wooden spear. Hattori sprains her ankle while running away from Tsumugi. Bloodhound begs for Plantera to kill her. She refuses, keeping Bloodhound alive. Arachnotron constructs a shed.
My man. My woman.
She going.
Yep.
Sloane hunts for other tributes. Mahiru is pricked by thorns while picking berries, and the Machinist dies from an infection.
That makes sense.
Okay, so Siri, Mikasa, Torque, Eliana, and the Machinist are all dead.
Alright.
Calamitous tends to Peril's wounds. Genocide Jack destroys Kaguya's supplies while she is asleep. Code Black
Peril
White.
from Wings of Fire?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Code Black White Blood Cell tends to Shinobu's wounds. Sea Emperor Leviathan. Okay, that works. Sea Emperor Leviathan set up camp for the night. Mujika bashes Arachnotron's head with a mace. No. Arachnotron
Is
lost.
Mammoth's still alive, right?
Mammoth Happy passes out from exhaustion.
That
Yes,
answers my
but
question.
on the verge.
Nah, he's fine. She's fine.
Nakanaka receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Taki is awoken by nightmares. Lydia screams for help. Mistral quietly hums. Mahiru tries to sing herself to sleep. Chiaki receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Red Blood Cell climbs a tree to rest. Tsumugi convinces Plantera to snuggle with her. Okay. Yor sets an explosive off, killing Shield Knight, Iwasawa, Undyne, and Lucina. Damn.
Assassin.
Who's Shield Knight?
From Shovel Knight.
Oh.
Haxorus looks at the night sky. Sloane thinks about winning. Yuyuko tries to treat her infection. Bloodhound is awoken by nightmares. Abigail climbs a tree to rest. Leafeon kills Hattori while she is sleeping. Okay. Cool. Sloane searches for firewood. She needs to find some
12 minutes,
firewood.
Gavin.
What?
12 minutes.
12 minutes? Yeah, I know. I have one paragraph left.
Chiaki begs for Yor to kill her. She refuses, keeping Chiaki alive.
Wait, it's not
Good.
12 minutes. What are you talking about?
That's what it says for me.
It's 11:30.
It's 11:59 is the deadline.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, never mind.
Anyway, Declan, continue.
Leafeon stalks Mistral, Abigail questions her sanity. Samugi, Shinobu, Plantera, and Bloodhound raid Calamitus's camp while she is hunting.
Deserved.
Haxorus thinks about home. Peril poisons Yuyiko's
A
drink
ball.
but mistakes it for her own and dies.
Who
Okay.
drank it?
Peril.
Oh.
So a dragon poisoned a 4,000-year-old ghost's drink and then drank it herself.
What a fool.
Mahiru
Didn't
tries
she
to...
straight up ignore poison because she's made of fire?
Yeah, it just incinerates in her stomach, so that is not canon.
No, it must
But
be
she's
canon.
dead anyway.
She got a little thirsty.
Yep. Mahiru tries to spearfish with trident. Mammoth Happy travels to higher ground. Taki receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Genocide Jack defeats Sea Emperor Leviathan in a fight but spares her life. Kaguya, Lydia, Mujika, Code Black White Blood Cell, and Naka Naka hunt for other tributes, and Red Blood Cell explores the arena.
You have 3 blood cells?
No.
Wait, no, black blood cell's not a thing. What did you say that had?
I said Code Black White Blood Cell, because
Okay.
she's from the spinoff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's
I
to
thought you said-
differentiate them.
Yeah, I was like, black blood cells are not a thing.
Arachnotron, Shield Knight, Iwasawa, Undyne, Lucina, Atori, and
Wait,
Peril
what?
are
I
all
they're
dead.
Arachnotron died. Oh.
No, I just
Never
said that they're
mind.
all
Yeah.
dead, Gavin. Oh my
I just heard
fucking
you say
god.
Arachnotron. I was like,
Wait till I finish my
sorry,
sentences.
sorry. I'm tired.
Naka Naka receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. She has 2 now. I'm scared.
The more hatchets, the better.
Mujika convinces Red Blood Cell to snuggle with her. Yuyiko and Haxorus run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Mammoth Happy, Sea Emperor Leviathan, and Leafeon sleep in shifts. Okay, so all the creatures.
Yeah,
pretty
all the
much.
little critters.
Samugi dies from hunger. This is based. Chiaki, Sloane, and Yor
Samugi died from
cheerfully sing
hunger?
songs together. Yeah.
Good.
Shinobu, oh no wait, Lydia screams for help. Shinobu, Bloodhound, Kaguya, and Genocide Jack tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood.
Cool.
Okay, that is an interesting bunch.
Yeah.
Calamitous questions her sanity, she would never. Mistral, Code Black White Blood Cell, Abigail, Plantera, and Taki sleep in shifts, and Mahiru loses sight of where she is. Leafeon questions her sanity. Mistral receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Haxorus thinks about home. Red Blood Cell and Yor work together for the day. Mujika, Sea Emperor Leviathan, Yuyiko, and Code Black White Blood Cell hunt for other tributes. Bloodhound and Genocide Jack split up to search for resources. Plantera and Chiaki split up to search for resources. Naka Naka collects fruit from a tree. Calamitous overhears Kaguya and Shinobu talking in the distance. Lydia, Mammoth Happy, and Sloane start fighting, but Mammoth Happy runs away as Lydia kills Sloane. Okay. Mammoth Happy's still alive. We good.
Let's go.
Mahiru collects fruit from a tree. Taki and Abigail work together for the day. So, Samugi and Sloane are the only ones that died.
Okay.
Taki dies from hypothermia. Okay. Mistral receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Red Blood Cell screams for help. That is her. Yup. Shinobu looks at the night sky. Naka Naka receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Naka Naka is just being Abe at the moment. She is building an arsenal.
I've
She's
been saying
playing
things
Uno.
wacky and zany.
She has 2 hatches and explosives.
Who?
Naka Naka from Komi Can't Communicate.
But Komi can communicate.
She
Sign
can't, which is
language.
a lie. Anyway, Genocide Jack and Plantera huddle for warmth. Haxorus receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor.
Balls.
Leafeon receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor.
Balls.
Code Black White Blood Cell tries to sing herself to sleep. Yuyiko thinks about winning. Yor climbs a tree to rest. Mujika thinks about winning. Kaguya starts a fire. Bloodhound is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Okay. Calamitous strangles Chiaki after engaging in a fist fight. Well, Chiaki's dead. Again.
Damn.
See Emperor Leviathan ambushes Lydia and kills her. Abigail tries to treat her infection. Mammoth Happy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. That'll get interesting. And Mahiru climbs a tree to rest. I like how the only thing that Genocide Jack has done so far is camouflage herself and then sleep with people.
Yeah.
She has. And here she goes. Genocide Jack picks flowers.
Yep, she's you know, the serial killer doesn't kill anyone.
She's chilling. Yuko explores the arena. Mistral tends to Kaguya's wounds. Bloodhound receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Mammoth Happy fishes. Hopefully a crocodile will not snatch onto her trunk.
Hopefully.
Shinobu Mujika, Calamitous, Plantera, and Sea Emperor Leviathan hunt for other tributes. Leafeon receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Abigail, Mahiru, Red Blood Cell, and Yor hunt for other tributes. Code Black White Blood Cell receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Naka Naka diverts Haxorus' attention and runs away. So who died? Taki, Chiaki, and Lydia. Calamitous tends to her wounds. Sea Emperor Leviathan receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. She's like, finally, I can breathe.
Yeah.
Naka Naka, Plantera, and Mujika discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Haxorus and Leafeon tell stories about themselves to each other. Okay, the Pokemon are still just together. Cool. Yor attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Yuko and Bloodhound hold hands. Okay. Genocide Jack and Mammoth Happy huddle for warmth.
She's just going around.
She is just going
Charisma 100.
Even though she's literally insane.
Yep.
Mistral sees a fire but stays hidden. Code Black White Blood Cell cries herself to sleep. Shinobu, Red Blood Cell, Mahiru, and Abigail sleep in shifts, and Kaguya loses sight of where she is. Kaguya shoots an arrow at Genocide Jack but misses and kills Naka Naka instead.
That's canon, she's in the archery club.
Yeah. But she missed.
Who's Naka Naka?
From Komi can communicate.
Yor sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Leafeon receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Sea Emperor Leviathan attacks Mujika but she manages to escape. Plantera tries to sleep through the entire day. Haxorus receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Code Black White Blood Cell receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Shinobu tries to spearfish with a trident. Mistral fishes. Red Blood Cell begs for Bloodhound to kill her. She refuses, keeping Red Blood Cell alive. Mahiru receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Mammoth Happy collects fruit from a tree. Calamitous receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Abigail questions her sanity, and Yuyuko camouflages herself in the bushes. Naka Naka was the only one that died.
Yeah.
Red Blood Cell, Abigail, Yor, and Mammoth Happy tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Genocide Jack tends to her wounds. Code Black White Blood Cell tries to treat her infection. Shinobu tries to sing herself to sleep. Yuko sets an explosive off, killing Plantera, Leafeon, Haxorus, and Mujika.
No, the Pokemon.
The Pokemon are dead. Same thing with a 1,000-year-old demon in a plant. Calamitous passes out from exhaustion. Bloodhound dies of dysentery.
No.
Mistral and Sea Emperor Leviathan hold hands. Which hand, Mistral? You have hundreds of them.
Yeah, and also
Mahiru
the Emperor Leviathan. Does she
has
have
hands, I guess.
Oh, okay.
She has flippers,
I thought they
that's
were.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mahiru is unable to start a fire and sleeps out warmth, and Kaguya looks at the night sky.
I want Kaguya to win. Or Mammoth Happy.
I'm fine with Mammoth Happy or Genocide Jack winning, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'd be fine with Genocide Jack winning.
Mammoth Happy, Shinobu, Abigail, Calamitous,
Oh, yeah,
and
and
Mistral
Shinobu.
hunt for other tributes. Red Blood Cell makes a wooden spear, yours pricked by thorns
Oh
while
yeah,
picking
and
berries.
Yor.
Code Black White Blood Cell sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Mahiru receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Yuyuko explores the arena. Sea Emperor Leviathan travels to higher ground. Genocide Jack stabs Kaguya with a tree branch.
Why? You could have killed any character. Why'd you have to kill her?
After
Monster.
snuggling with so many people, she's like, Kaguya, you're dead.
She's like, I'm getting a little bored.
Plantera, Leafeon, Haxorus, Mujica, Bloodhound, and Cognia are all dead.
I was about to say I thought Haxorus was dead. And
No,
I was like,
Haxorus
maybe I
is
should
dead.
wait. Yeah.
Mahiru defeats Sea Emperor Leviathan in a fight but spares her life. Man,
She will come to
everyone is...
regret that.
All the Danganronpa characters are just beating the shit out of a giant Leviathan.
Yeah. If Mahiru wins, I'm gonna kill someone.
Okay. Genocide Jack fends Abigail, Shinobu, and Yor away from her fire. Yuko tends to Calamdus's wounds. Red Blood Cell screams for help. Code Black White Blood Cell thinks about home. Mammoth Happy quietly hums, and Mistral loses sight of where she is. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Red Blood Cell strangles Yor with a rope.
Damn.
Genocide Jack and Mistral get into a fight over raw meat, but Mistral gives up and runs away. Shinobu and Mahiru track down and kill Sea Emperor Leviathan. There we go.
Ah, she's dead.
Mammoth Happy decides not to go to the feast.
Good.
Smart. Yuko, Calamdus, and Abigail get into a fight. Calamdus triumphantly kills them both. Okay. And Code Black White Blood Cell bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Damn.
Bacteria.
Genocide Jack discovers a cave. Mammoth Happy collects fruit from a tree. Red Blood Cell, Mahiru, and Shinobu hunt for other tributes. Mistral shoots an arrow into Calamdus's head. Okay. So Yor, Sea Emperor Leviathan, Yuko, Abigail, Code Black White Blood Cell, and Calamitous are all dead now.
That's a lot of dead people.
No! Genocide Jack sets an explosive off, killing Mammoth Happy, Mahiru, and Red Blood Cell.
You know what?
But it's
Mahiru's
Genocide
dead.
Jack.
Yeah, that too.
Mistral questions her sanity, and Shinobu climbs a tree to rest.
Wait, so we're down to
So
the
we
final
have-
three?
So the final three are Genocide Jack from Danganronpa, Mistral from Metal Gear Rising, and Shinobu from Demon Slayer.
I don't want anyone but Mistral to win.
Genocide Jack silently snaps Shinobu's neck. Mistral attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death. Genocide Jack won.
Let's go!
Holy fuck.
The homie.
The winner is Genocide Jack. I get that. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. She's
Even though
atoned
she's
for
pit
killing
up against
Mammoth Happy
like
by winning.
trained mercenaries and
Not to mention a
warriors.
frickin' dragon.
Two dragons, Haxorus, Peril, a giant plant.
Three
Damn.
dragons then. Isn't Sea Emperor a dragon?
No,
Technically?
Sea Emperor is a Leviathan, which is like a fish dragon kind of,
Yeah, so that's a dragon.
I guess.